Hi, my name is Mark Anthony Dubose Jr. I want to say thank you for tuning in. Today, I want to say thank you again. And today, I believe is going to be a very interesting video that I want to talk about because it comes down to something that I know goes on with all of us. It's just something that I had as a child that went on that was devastating in reality. And that's the concept of being perfect. And the main thing here is not even you. I believe you strive to be perfect because you have people around you that are trying to dictate and force you to be perfect. So then you yourself start to try to become that. But that's not who we are. We're imperfect beings. That's why. Think about it. It's just natural reflexes. When you mess up, you like laugh at yourself. You stub your toe, maybe a little irritated, but you laugh at just the mistakes. You get a giggle out of the flaws. But the world wants to state that no, everything has to be perfect and it has to look away, it has to peer away, and has to be away. And that is the part where this video might start to get interesting because, again, I just come up with a topic and I just get going. And I greatly appreciate those that are really giving me more insight to seeing the core fundamentals that are struggling with human beings. I talk about these dogs, but anyone that's really still listens, that's the only reason you can. Because dog training is like 2 videos and you're done. I'm not talking about the dog. I'm talking about me and you, things that we're struggling with. And those struggles translate into the dog. And that's why, for me, I'm always going to speak dog differently because they are an absolutely incredible animal to be able to recognize what's going on with you. And that need for perfection, when it's coming from somebody else, it's in the sense of the only word I can use here is an insecurity in them, that they know that they're not perfect. So they try to get everything around them to be perfect so they can be perceived to be perfect. And that's when things with, say, the dog, for instance, gets a little weird because that human being is trying to get that dog to perform and be perfect and have all the obedience just on point and everything is just grade A because the human is hiding something. They want you to look at that. They don't want you to look at them. They want you to see the show. They don't want you to focus and pay attention to them. It's something inside of them that is missing. And some people, it's so deep that they not only are trying to control and dictate and tell things around them and their immediate life, they want to start to branch out to go other places to do that to you. This is where social media, in my opinion, this is the danger parts of it. If the word I'll use here may not be the right word, but if you don't have thick skin, I don't care if you got Facebook, Instagram, all these things. It's challenging because it's allowing people that don't even know you, know nothing about you, to come into your world and try to tell you what to do, how to look, how to be, how to speak, everything about you. And they're doing that out of an extreme insecurity because if they were, say, a secure person, they would look and see and notice, say, all the good things that's going on with you, as opposed to these people are looking at all the bad. They only look for they'll watch everything about you and they'll find that one picture where your eyes like this and they're going to say, oh, look at that stupid girl, look at that silly video she put out. But you have hundreds of things that say, look pretty good. Not perfect, because nothing is, but look pretty good. But they're not looking for that. They're looking for everything bad in you. And some of us, this is ingrained in us. We grew up with parents that were like this to us, that they dug deep to make sure that you were the best, that you were the fastest, you were the strongest, you were the smartest, you were always on top. You were everything that they just couldn't never be. And they put that upon you so that you can look like they are the ones that in reality are good, that are, say, perfect. They're using things. They're using a child. Some of y'all parents used you to make you look away, to make them feel good so that people congratulate your parents. They don't congratulate and look at you because you're a mistake, because your parents are only pointing out in reality the flaws, but other people are seeing the good stuff that you do. But your parent is literally saying, oh no, they're not that great. And then they're getting the recognition of, wow, your child is he's just the best. He's so kind. He's so giving. The parent is needing that. They need that to be able to survive because there's a huge lack inside of them. That's devastating to put onto a child, to make you have to grow up in that way of thinking that I have to be perfect or the world's not going to appreciate me. The world's not going to like me. The world's going to reject me if I'm not perfect. So you hide and you do everything you can to distance yourself from people and anything, everybody, all relationships, because you think that you're going to work on yourself to get yourself to this perfect stance that now someone's going to love you. Now someone's going to appreciate, Shadow, we good. Now someone's going to appreciate you because now you're at that perfect status. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as being perfect. And when people are out there trying to drive to you to be perfect, I'm telling you, just don't even focus on them. Focus on what you know you need to continue to keep on doing, which is working on your own stuff. Because everyone's always going to come in and tell you how they want you to do something. And you know what the tricky thing about that is? You'll do it because you want to say please, because it's in you to try to help someone to help you. If you think that's what's going on, you'll do it. You'll give in to, they say, hey, do this, or do your hair like this, put your makeup on like this. When all they're talking about is everything bad about you, and they're going to say, put your makeup on and you'll look better to me. I'll care for you if you did that. And you know what? You do it. You do the hair. And then you post that picture and that person still says, oh, that ain't good enough. Now this, oh, you didn't do it good enough with the hair that I liked. You didn't do it the way that this picture was like. You didn't do what I wanted, so I'm still not happy with that. You will never, ever, I'm going to use a never here. You will never please that person. You will never give that person what they're needing and desiring, because it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them inside. And as long as they are always looking at the world that way, they are never going to ever appreciate you. They're never going to care about you. They're never looking out for the best of you. They're never here to help you. They're never here to coach you, to teach you, to do anything to help you to get better. Everything that they do is to make sure that they get better, that they see a better world, they get a better life, they get more people to pay attention to them, they get more likes, they get more shares, they get more views, they get more of the attention. That's all that they want. They do not care about anything else except for someone and everyone to just look at them, look at them, look at them. And they'll do anything. They'll talk about you in a silly photo you made just to get someone else to say, look how silly this person is. They need that to live, to survive, or straight up, the way I'm looking at it, they literally get to the point that the body just starts to shut down. They start to get super anxious, super fearful, super nervous. They start to go through all these emotions when they do not have that chance to be able to make something else look perfect, because they're running from it. And you've been running from it for so long, that's where it gets so toxic, where things get worse and worse in reality with age. In reality, if you're not looking at this, going headfirst into it, with age, it's only going to get worse, because with age, you're only just constantly running away. The world is always going to tell you, you should look like this. You got to do it like that. I saw that. I like that. So you should do it like that. That's never, ever going to satisfy anything. For you, this is the thing. This is where a lot of people are messing up in just the simple dog training, because you have someone come to you to say, your dog should look like this. And you're like, I'm happy with my dog. I like how it looks. I don't care that it's just the way it is. I think that my dog is the best of the best that I have. The best of the best that I'm working with. I think my dog is that. But you got someone else that's going to come in and say to you, no, they need to look like this, and show you a video, or even themselves. Because most cases, sorry to giggle at that, but most cases, when they try to say it should look like this, they don't have anything the results to do it. They'll show you something else that somebody else is doing to say, you need yours to look like that. You see that? That's cool. But they don't even have it. They are incapable of being able to do even what it is that they say that you should be able to do and you should be able to have. Because that's like dog training 101. People, I just seen this in concerts all around and all kinds of stuff. That someone comes in and says, see, you want your dog's obedience like this routine. And they show you a video of some madness that's got nothing to do with reality. And you say, this is what we're striving for. And no, it's not we're striving for. They're trying to force you to strive for, because they want to see that lack. They want to see that struggle in you. They want to see that what's a good word to use there? That fear in you. They want to see that timidness. They want to see that in you. That's what drives them to keep living another day. They need that from you. If they don't get it, man, it starts to enrage them. They just go rage mode. They're like, you better listen to me. You better do what I tell you to do. They go extreme hostile. And for me, I'm going to say this. I think I said this in a video ago. Forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. They are a product of their environment. They grew up in that. But the thing is, some of us grow up in some stuff. All of us, in my opinion, grew up in some hostile stuff. No one had a perfect upbringing. Nobody. But it's the thing of what we do about it. When someone brings it to our attention, what do we do about it then? When someone looks at you and says, hey, buddy, that's some toxic behaviors that you're doing. When you got you a boyfriend or a girlfriend at some point in your life that looks at you and says, there's something off here, and they leave. And they don't look back. That's going to be that one, say, healthy person that has worked on themselves, gotten through with issues that they had, that is looking at you and saying, yeah, I've been there, but I'm not going to deal with you, because I'm not here to change you, to help you, to get you to do anything, because it doesn't work. You can only do it on your own. Nobody can force you. This is what I'm constantly seeing all the time with this world. And it's a very interesting thing, because they always want you to look, they always want everything to be about them. I want you better do this so that you can satisfy my need to say that I agree and I could validate who you are. They're needing your validation all their life. That's all that they're doing. And they get stuck and they get latched on specific people sometimes. And that's when and sometimes it can get a little dangerous. It can get a little hostile because they start to focus and then it's all that they're thinking and dreaming and wondering and questioning all day long. They're thinking about you. On what I would say is I don't like these words, but it is what it is. All I'm going to say is that a healthy person, they're not thinking about everything else. They're thinking about what they need to focus on and get done. A healthy person is we're not worried about them. We're worried about getting our stuff done and focusing on it and being happy and content with it. But an unhealthy and unsecure person, they have to put their entire world around somebody else. They have to be all consumed in somebody else because they don't even know who they are. So in reality, most cases, this is the most sickening part of it that goes deep with some of this stuff, is that person is desiring someone so much that they want to be them. So they want to change a little bit about them to be like themselves. That's why they push them so hard for this so-called perfection, because once they see that perfection in you, then they want to take over you. They want to consume you. They want to take over your entire life. They want to act like you, do everything like you, be like you, perform everything how you do, talk like you talk, walk like you walk. So that's why they study you so much. They study you so much. And that's when things start to go deep. And that happens a lot, unfortunately, in this world. I mean, it's unfortunate for y'all young ladies today that it's like everyone is looking to look like this look of a girl, of a woman. I don't want to use the word woman there. Love of this girl. Everyone's trying to look like this. Do your makeup the same, do your hair the same, get the same surgeries, do the same stuff. You guys are all trying to look to be the same. Be that same, because what do you want? You want to be like them. That's a huge insecurity in us that we need to recognize and say, no, why do I want to change my life to look like and be like them? Why don't I just want to be me and just experience that and enjoy it and be happy with what I have and know that what I have is good. It's good. It's real good. It's functioning. It works. It's the most best thing that you have because it's what you're working on. But the world is going to say to you, no, 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 this is no good. And then that, unfortunately, because of how the words I want to use here is this is the part that I personally believe is this world is definitely it's a spiritual battle. It's not a face-to-face what I can see. That's why forgiveness is the only thing that you can do here, because that person is not doing them. They're just a body, and there's something that's consuming them to make them do what they do, especially when it gets to the point that it starts to get exceptionally toxic. That person's not doing it. They're not, I don't want to use this word in the wrong way, but they're not intelligent enough to be able to do some things to you that they know how to get you to react with just a look. Some people could just give you a look and they can get you to react. That's how it was for me personally growing up as a kid. My dad could be sitting on the couch, eyes closed. He could open up an eye and look at me. And that was enough to be like, what's going on? He didn't even say, didn't even blink, didn't need a flinch, didn't even smile, didn't need a frown, didn't move a hand, didn't have to do nothing but just look, just an eyeball. The eyeball, that's enough. That's powerful to get you to react because of a look. That's the power behind what I want to say is in that spiritual world and why forgiveness is needed. It's not them. They're not doing it. It's something inside of you that they unfortunately want, that they desire. They want that the only word I can use here is that peace that's inside of you. And they want to take that, disrupt that and destroy that from you because they don't understand it. And they don't understand it in a sense that, in my opinion, they'll never be able to obtain it as long as they're just constantly not looking at it as something that they need to work on. They're never going to be able to obtain that peace. You can't get it out there. You can't make something else give all that you're wanting for you to get into a better place. It's all self. My entire channel is about self-help, self-work, self-growth. It's about you. It's about being able to get you to see and recognize these patterns that are going on around you and in you. To get you to say, like, I never even realized that I'm doing that. I never realized that that's what's actually going on here. To get you to start to be more aware. To say, waking up to what's actually going on around you. Wake you up to these people, most cases, unfortunately, are not actually trying to help you the way you think that they're trying to help you. They're trying to destroy you. They're trying to break you down. And then once you recognize that, then you can get yourself out of that pattern. And then once you get out of that pattern, you get out of that loop, you start to get more the thick skin. You start to become more tough too when this stuff comes back to you again, because it's going to come back to you again, especially the more you really start to detach from it. People are going to come, they're going to come hard, heavy. They're going to come and try to dictate to you how you need to be and how you need to look and how everything that you need to do needs to be the way that they want it. They want it to look away. And the hard part is, this is the hard part. They're going to use all kinds of words. They're going to use all kinds of labels. They're going to use all kinds of stuff. Oh, you didn't do what I asked you to be able to prove to me you know what you're doing? You're a coward. Look at you. Look at you, you little coward. You little pathetic little boy. I know you couldn't do it. I know that you weren't as good as you said you are. They're gonna use language like that to you. They're gonna go deep. They're gonna go strong. They're gonna start to yell at you. They're gonna start to best case scenario, they will ignore you. And they're not ignoring you in the sense of trying to like just disappear. They're ignoring you, trying to get you to like still push into it. They're still trying to get you to get there. So everything that they're doing is for a reason. They're not doing anything at all just to help. They're doing everything to destroy. So even if they disappear, don't wonder, don't ask, don't worry, don't think about it. Just keep moving forward, knowing that you got to keep focusing on what you need to focus on, and what you're happy with, please be happy with it. Don't allow the world to put these expectations on you that you need to look this way because the world is telling you that it needs to be this way. This is just the death to humanity right here. The most challenging thing for us as people. We're so worried that we need to be able to make sure things look more appropriate and acceptable for someone to be able to accept me. If you are doing what you need to be doing, the person that you're looking for and needing is going to find you, and they are going to accept you. They're going to admire you. They're going to appreciate you. They're going to care for you in a way that you are going to care for them, because you're not worried about caring for, making yourself be what you're not. You're being yourself. And in that case, that person, that being, that everything in your world is going to come to you that you need, because they're going to care only about the true of who you are, not what you're trying to fake to be. And that's why a lot of people today are unfortunately struggling in like almost all of relationships, even down to the dog, because you're trying to be something that you're not. You're trying to act like something because someone told you needed to act like this and be like this to be able to make sure that things are going to be good in your life. And it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You got to just be you. You got to be happy with what you want. You got to desire what you want. What you want. Someone says to you, because we'll go talk about a dog for a second. I don't know why I thought about this, but this is so true. When it comes down to like, say, dog stuff, people that, because this is the language that they use. People that go to dog parks, they're inconsiderate, lazy, don't care about their animals type people. That's the language that they use. They go strong with it. They'll call you lazy. They'll call you incompetent. They'll call you a bad dog owner because you want to go to a dog park. That's what they do. They put all that on you. Then you're like, oh, well, I don't want to be seen there because I don't want people to view me that way. Now you're worried about what they think and what they put their expectations out, not what you think and what you want and what you desire. What you want is what you need to do. Who cares if there's a post out there or something that says, hey, if you do this, then this is what the world's going to want to treat you as. No, you got to do what you need, what you want. Because that's the thing. Unfortunately, you're going to stand out. You're going to stand out. And you're going to stand out, and more people are going to want to come around and try to take that from you because they don't know how to do it. They're too scared. They're too insecure. They're too shut down. They're too broken to be able to represent who they are. Deep in their own, just who they are, without running, without fighting, but who they are. That's the world that every single person right now is living in. Fight or flight. If you're living in that, you are not living you. You are living based on what people are trying to dictate to tell you to do. You're not living you. Because if you're always fleeing, you're running away from something, you're always fighting something. You're never just in this just equilibrium of just things are good. Things are set, things are calm. You're satisfied, you're happy with what you have. You are happy with what you have. You don't need to prove that to anybody else. You don't need to show anybody. You could just be happy with you. And that is going to enrage people. It really is. It really is. Because they want to try to get you off balance. They want to drive you to the point of insanity. Because that's what they're living in, insanity. Because they're living for this perfection. And nothing's perfect. And they're living through perfection through you. That's where it gets hostile. Thank you. Sometimes I'm going to be very, very, very honest right now. Be very honest right now. Sometimes I hit record and I say, hi, my name is Mark Anthony Dubose Jr. Born July 4th, 1986. And I don't even know what I say after that. That most cases, unfortunately, I'd say probably a lot of videos I do, I have this feeling while I'm speaking that I shouldn't be saying this. Like I get a little nervous, I guess I could say. Like my body goes into like, let's run away from that. Let's not do that. Let's don't just not make that happen. And then when I watch it later, I'm like, wow. Because sometimes I make a video and like today, I'll make a video, go off. I'm going to go and do what I got to do. I'm thinking about like, man, what was I really saying? And then I go home and I'll do a scan through of it. And I'm like, I'm not gonna post this one. And then the next morning I do a scan through and I'm like, yeah, I need to get that out. That's what's needed right now. That's what I need even right now. And that's the thing that I believe this video right here, right now is for me. It's for me and people that are having the same issues that I'm having, in that sense that somebody is trying to make you be something and not allowing you to just be happy and content with who you are and be happy and content with what you got. Someone out there is trying to do that to you. And it's not one person. It's lots of people. So the way I look at it in the world of 100%, 25% of the world just hates you, like straight up. They don't want nothing. They'd just punch you in the face if it was legal to do so. That's just how it is, unfortunately. 25% of the people just don't like you, but they're just not going to mess with you. They're not going to engage, not going to do nothing. 25% of the other people, these people are cool. They're being in the room, working with you. They'll talk to you for a task to get something done. And the other 25% of the people, they're there for you. They want to help you out. They want to do something for you. But nowadays, I'm seeing those numbers start to shift. That the ones that are there for you, the ones that are really out to look for you, it's kind of coming down to like a 1 to 3% range. It's no longer 1 out of 4. It's like 1 to 3%, 1 out of 100 that are really here for you, that really want to see you, the best in you, and not trying to do something to get you more off what it is that you know you need to do. What you need to do is focus on what you enjoy and don't allow someone to try to come in to tell you that what you are isn't enough. You're enough. You're like almost too much of enough. If you have a single, this is the thing. If someone is trying to come into your life telling you that you're not enough, you got too much of enough. You too good. You look too nice. Everything is too right with you. So they got to break that down from you. But your mind and yourself, you're like, I'm not, I got all these problems. I got all these issues. But if you have even just one person that's vocalizing to you, that you post a picture, you got one person that just says to you, oh, look at you. You look kind of fat in that picture. You got something extremely desirable about you that someone came in and is trying to get you off, get you away from, get you to be insecure as well as they are. You got something out there. If no one says anything to you, keep on working, keep on working, keep on going. But that's how the world is, unfortunately, especially when people are purposely going out of their way to try to get to you. Be very suspicious and cautious of that because they're not here to actually help you. They're here to break you down. And there's something that I just look at with my stuff when I say, I got the best of the best. I'm not competing and comparing with them. I'm competing and comparing from where I was to where I am. And with where I was and where I am, I got the best. I got the best that I've ever experienced yet so far right now. Until I can experience something better, when I learn more, get more skills, get more learning, get more understanding, then yeah, I'm going to say then that is the best of the best. But at this moment, I'm in the best of the best. My farm and how I function, how everything is the best of the best right now. I'm out here. I just collected 58 eggs right now. I'm back to hatching, so I'll be hatching back. I gotta get a secondary machine. I need a bigger machine. Right now, I can only do 188 a week eggs, and I'm trying to figure out how to be able to even modify that machine so I can add a little bit more into that, so I can do about 250 a week in it. And I'm at the best. I'm the top of the game right now with what it is that I'm doing. I've got the most cows that I've ever had, been able to move and maneuver around. I've got the best dogs around me that are doing exactly what it is that I need them to do. I am so happy with the roles that they do and how they function, how they get stuff done. I am at the best of the best at the stage of my life at this moment that I've ever experienced right now. Right now. I'm at the top of where I want to be right now. Tomorrow, I might be better, but right now, I got the best stuff that I've ever experienced. And I'm not caring about what they look like. I'm not caring that my neighbor down there's got like 50 or 60 cows out there. I barely see them. They come out here and there. But when I see them, I'm like, that's a nice looking herd. I'm not competing against that. I'm looking at mine. I had none. 6 years ago? I think I had a bull 5 years, 4 years now, 5 years. I don't know. 6 years ago, I had none. 6 years ago, I had 50 meat chickens that I raised up for my first batch of food. And it went disastrous. It went disastrous. It didn't go good at all. It was some of the most disgusting chicken I've ever had because I didn't raise it right. I messed up. And it's to this point now that I've raised probably 1,000 or two of meat birds to be able to eat and given some away for people to eat. And people are like, man, this stuff is good. Like, let me get some more of that. I'm at the best of the best that I am. Best of the best of being able to have all my chicken houses, all of them are full. Best of the best of being able to maintain my free range ones, make sure that they're learning to stay close. I'm at the top of what I've ever experienced in my life. And I got someone that's always going to come in to say, you know, over there, it looks like this. And you're not that good because they look like this. And look what yours is like. If I'm focused on that, I'm only going to just destroy myself because I will never be able to compete with an unknown source, an unknown situation, an unknown being. I'm not going to compete with it. I'm going to compete with what I have, my own life to my life. Where I was a year ago compared to today, it's like ridiculous. How I know how to be able to do what I do. I mean, last year was ridiculous. I had thousands of chicks that I was raising. I wasn't losing none of these chicks. I know how to be able to get them, and I'm upgrading experience this year. No heat lamps, no nothing, because I know how to do the bedding and make the coop and sit low so that I can feel the draft and the wind and see how it is and doing stuff that is just, it's the best of the best of where I'm at. But someone's gonna say, no, that's ugly. Look at that chicken coop, that ugly. Look at that hatcher, that ugly. They do it like this over there. That's the world, and it's never gonna stop. Because there's something in someone that is always going to be lacking in. Until you just get out of that and just learn to stop fighting, learn to stop running away, and learn to just deal with it, you're going to continue to keep on staying in that same cycle. I was in that cycle until about the second half of last year, worrying about what someone's going to say, worrying about my video got to look this way, worrying about everything got to be set up just right. And then I just started who cares? Because what I talk about is in every single one of my videos, I prove that. I'm not talking about how to be perfect. I'm talking about we're not perfect. I'm talking about how we should not think about even worrying about being perfect. I'm talking about how we should not worry about someone else that's trying to make us be perfect. I'm trying to say that we need to be able to learn how to be able to stop and settle into what's happening to us. When that feeling of anger comes over you, what do you do with it? Do you lash out? Do you run away? Do you escape? Do you shut down? What do you do? When that frustration really kicks in, when that irritation kicks in, what do you do with it? You run from it? You go break something? You go hit something? I mean, some people, you go exercise even. Someone would say, oh, that's healthy to do. No, you're still just running away from the issue. You can't exercise the anger out because now you're not learning how to actually effectively in a healthy way cope with it. You're trying to use something as opposed to using nothing at all, but just learning how to be able to get through it and past it all on your own. With nothing to have to get into. You know how hard that is to do? But that's the thing that we should be worrying about doing on this planet. Not worrying about looking like somebody else so somebody will care about me. Not worrying about doing what someone else is wanting you to do so that somebody will care about you. But you being able to do what you need to do. And I'm telling you, the people are going to come to you that you need. The people are going to come to you. Especially a lot of y'all, how do I say this? Most of my audience is like younger than me in reality. Y'all, a lot of y'all young ladies, a lot of y'all young guys out here in this, the world is trying to say to you, relationships and dating and marriage, that's evil, that's no good, having kids. I hear you, but it's not. It's a beautiful thing. It's an absolutely incredible thing to be able to have. When you are being yourself and authentic with yourself, that person is going to come and find you. It's just going to show up. It's going to happen because that person is going to look and see you for you. Not what you're wearing, not what you're saying, not what your work is, not what your money's like, but you, what you are capable of being able to do. And then things are just going to happen. It's going to work. It's going to come together. That's how I see you working with the dog. When I'm just me, I'm not focused on, oh, I need you to look like this. Please stand like this. Because I've done videos like this. And I don't know how to, I'll figure it out. But I've done videos like this. Like I need y'all to look like this so I can put it on camera so you can look away. I felt so horrible. Not even guilty is the first word I thought of there, but I felt evil. Like trying to make y'all look away so that someone else can say that'll validate that or for me to try to prove to somebody else that I know what I'm doing. That I try to purposely set it up to say, look, put that show on for me. I feel evil doing that. I feel disgusting doing that. That's not who I am. And the world wants me to be that way. So you need to do this. No, I don't need to nothing. This is why people watch or listen or care to even want to watch 15 seconds of what it is that I talk about. You either watch 15 seconds or you watch the entire thing. That's who's coming here. Or you watch 10 minutes of it and you come back to it 10 minutes later, but yet you're still watching 10 minutes of it and you come back and you watch 10 minutes of the next video. Because straight up, most of my videos, I'm you know what I'm talking about in the first like 2, 3 to 5 minutes. You don't need more than that. You just listen to the first 5 minutes. And I just explain it in the way that I need to be. I don't want to be, but I need to be the teacher in me that I explain it in 5 different ways. Because everyone didn't quite get it. But if you understand my language and how I speak, you got what I was saying in the first like 3 to 5 minutes. After that, I'm just saying it again in another way to get that next person. Okay, I hear what he's saying. That next person. Okay, I hear what he's saying. And some people, you get to that last one, depending on where it is, that's where you're going to exit. I hear what he's saying. And you're gone. That's it. That's all I'm looking for. That's all that I'm here for. I'm not here to show how perfect I am, how amazing I am, how I have all the answers. I don't. I'm learning. I'm growing. I'm constantly in this process that I'm looking at it in the sense of where I was and where I am. And where I am today, when that anger comes, I just look at it. I'm like, look at that anger. Look at that silly little thing. That little boy there want to rage and want to yell and want to get mad. Look at it. And I just let it go. I walk on and I'm like, we're good. I'm not going to put myself in that. When that sadness comes because something didn't happen, just something happens. I look at it. I'm like, oh, look at that. Oh, my goodness. Let me stay in that. No, I'm like, let's go. Let's go. Let's get out of here. We're not doing this. Let's just move through it. We're going to move right through it. And then we go on our day. Today, I'm at what I would say is the best of the best. My animals are at the best of the best. Everything around me is the best of the best that I've ever been able to experience until to today. It's the best. It's so quiet right now. It's the middle of the day right now. It's so quiet. I don't know. I used to get it's the weird that literally like months ago, I was like, man, it's getting so loud out here. These cars, there's more cars coming. They're building a grocery store, like not even 3 miles on the road. I'm like, it's getting so busy around here, all this. I can't even hear that anymore. It's getting so quiet to me again. Not again, but for the first time in my life, it's getting quiet. So I made a video talking about that, the last marathon that I just ran. I got a race I'm about to run this weekend, a half marathon this weekend. And just pushing into that voice that says you can't, that you're not good enough, and saying, I'm not going to allow you to dictate my life. And things are getting quiet. It's weird how quiet it is out here, how just peaceful it is. It's super creepy in a way. I'm not used to it. I'm used to just chaos, just madness, just anger and having to get at this and get back at this and having to try to prove myself and having to show off. It is so peaceful. That's what I want people to be able to understand about what it is that I even have been talking about since day one I've ever made a video on YouTube. That's it.